In the late 90s, Hollywood didn't just find a star, it found a goddess. Catherine Zeta-Jones. She was the woman who had it all, the looks that could stop a heart, the talent that commanded an Oscar, and a marriage to a Hollywood king that felt like a modern-day fairy tale. But while the world was busy applauding her perfection, Catherine was fighting a silent, invisible war inside her own mind. A war that no fortune or fame could ever win. Today, we go beyond the red carpet. We're looking at the devastating truth behind the legend, a story of a little girl from Wales who conquered the world, only to realize that her greatest enemy was the one staring back at her in the mirror. If you've ever felt like you're carrying a weight the world can't see, stay with us. Catherine's journey might just change the way you look at success forever. Before we dive into the shadows of her stardom, hit that like button to honor the courage of those fighting silent battles. To understand the tragedy, we have to understand the ambition. Born in 1969 to a candy factory owner and a seamstress, in Swansea, Wales, Catherine wasn't born into royalty. She was born into grit. At just 15, she made a decision that would terrify most adults. She left her family, her friends, and everything she knew to move to London. She didn't just want to be an actress, she had to be one. Imagine the pressure. A teenager in a city that eats dreams for breakfast. She spent years in chorus lines and regional theaters, facing cold nights and empty seats. But there was a fire in her. By the time she landed the Darling Buds of May, she became a household name in the UK. But Catherine's eyes were already on the Atlantic. Hollywood was calling, and she was ready to answer. In 1998, The Mask of Zorro happened. Suddenly she wasn't just a British actress. She was a global obsession. Then came Chicago. Her performance as Velma Kelly was legendary. When she stood on that stage in 2002 to accept her Academy Award, she had reached the summit. But here is where the story darkens. Those close to her noticed something. The same intensity that made her a genius on screen made her life unbearable off-screen. She described it as feeling everything at a volume that others couldn't understand. Joy was electric, but the valleys? The valleys were pitch black. She didn't know it yet, but she was living with bipolar II disorder. For weeks, she would have limitless energy, working 20-hour days. But then the fog would settle, a heaviness so thick she couldn't find a reason to leave her bed. What would you do if the world told you that you were the most successful woman alive, but your mind told you that you were worthless? Tell me in the comments. How do you handle your darkest days? Then came the golden couple era. Marrying Michael Douglas was like a coronation. But being one half of the world's most watched couple came with a price. While she was raising children and filming blockbusters, the pressure was accumulating in silence. In 2010, the breaking point arrived. Michael was diagnosed with stage I-IV throat cancer. The world saw Catherine as the devoted, strong wife. But, privately, the checks were becoming canyons. If you've ever had to be the strong one while your own soul was shattering, you know exactly what she was feeling. In 2011, she couldn't run anymore. She made a choice that shocked the industry. She checked herself into a psychiatric facility. No PR spin, no lies, just the truth. She was bipolar and she needed help. Recovery isn't a straight line. In 2013, she returned to treatment. The tabloids called it a relapse. Catherine called it maintenance. She began to step back from the constant noise of Hollywood. She realized that her health was worth more than her fame. She started choosing roles that mattered. Cocaine Godmother, Wednesday. She was no longer playing the pretty lead. She was playing women with scars just like her. She began using her voice to break the stigma. There is no shame in seeking help, she told the world. At 55 today, she isn't the woman Hollywood made her. She is the woman she made herself through survival. Catherine Zeta-Jones's legacy isn't just her Oscar or her Tony. It's the fact that she's still here. She chose to be honest when silence was easier. Her story teaches us that the bravest thing you can ever do isn't to perform strength. It's to ask for help. Is there something you've been carrying in silence? Maybe Catherine's journey is your sign that it's okay to let it go. If this story moved you, share it with someone who might be fighting their own invisible war. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more deep dives into the lives behind the legends. Until next time, stay strong and stay real.